Hello fellow frauds, and welcome back to another very bad, not fun episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Formable's A to Z, the series where we form every Formable in HOI4 from A to Z. And today, since I am alphabetically challenged and forgot how the alphabet works, I'm going to be playing the Antillean Confederation, which I was supposed to play last week. Now, forming the Antillean Confederation already sounds like a terrible time, as you can only play as these 8 mostly fraudulent nations. But I have an even more diabolical idea to make my own life even more miserable, and that is called gambling. We are going to gamble for which country we play. Now, I would be okay with either Cuba, Haiti, or Dominican Republic. Everything else here kind of f***ing sucks, but we'll just have to see, you know? We're just gonna have to gamble my sanity away. Let's see what we get here. Please, 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 please. Well, I've never wanted to end it all even more than right now. The Bahamas. Alright, into vanilla HOI4 we go. I'm sorry for even entertaining the idea of maybe having a bit of fun. And unfortunately, we cannot release nations naturally in 1936 as the British. I guess we will just do set owner Bahamas and then just tag over to them. Alright, so let's see what we're working with here, alright? So we have a grand total of 0 factories. Okay, good start. 55k core population. Okay, really good. Decent stability and war support. Okay. We start democratic. Terrible. Okay. And most importantly, we are an island nation with no way to invade anything else in the near vicinity. This is the height of luxury, I tell you. Okay, well, I do have a very obvious plan. If Germany does go fascist, then I can maybe pair drop France. But you know what? For now, I'm not too sure what path Germany is going to go yet, so we're just going to start off with political efforts, I suppose. Let's see where the wind takes us. We also only have 2 research slots. I mean, who's really surprised at this point? Really hope I see the Rhineland get remilitarized, or else this is going to be a terrible campaign. Okay, political effort done, and yes, the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Perfect. We'll definitely try to rush fascism and try to defeat France here. So now we're going to do industrial efforts and also hire a fascist guy. Someone who doesn't really like anyone who isn't Bahamian, which is probably 99.9999% of the population of the world, to be fair. Like, Horatio Brown's just kind of a hater for real. We will try to get our first military factory here. We have to start producing guns and transport planes as soon as possible. ASAP. Or else we will not be able to achieve our objectives of world domination, which of course you strive to do as the Bahamas. Alright, I guess we'll start producing guns at this point. We don't even have steel, man. What's the point? What do we have? Now, I don't know how we're producing guns when we don't have any steel in our country. I guess they're just all made of wood, I guess. No metal involved. Actually, I just realized, usually the France pair drop strat works because you can, you know, barely scrape enough manpower to make paratroopers. Can Bahamas even do that without communism? We'll figure out if it's even possible in a few minutes, I think. Monthly growth in states. Recruitable. It's teetering between 1 and 2, and civilian is 67. My goodness. And by the way, we still can't go fascist. Maybe I could just do the civil war, but then again, there's no crossing and there's no way to naval invade because we have no ships or convoys. All right, time for some shameless shilling. Okay, so we may have won against Lemon Cake in this war. However, we cannot let our guard down. He might fucking D-Day us or some shit, right? So we must get to 60k before he does, I guess. I don't know. Also make a campaign at 60k. Let's go naval effort because I do want naval dockyards to make more convoys because we're gonna need them. I know, naval efforts on the Hollow Bean channel, it's a sin. I'm aware. I'm going to hell, but like, it's whatever. All right, now that we're at 51%, we can hold a national referendum, and look at that. We are now the Bahamas Unitary State with Jeffrey Stewart as our leader. Now, can we even join the Axis? No, we cannot. Oh boy, that's really not good, actually. And I think we now have, wow, we now have 1 terrible paratrooper division. Incredible. This is the start of something big, folks. We now have Bernard Stewart, no relation to Jeffrey Stewart, of course. I guess we'll do military youth, because maybe if the adults don't want to fight in our wars, maybe the kids would want to or something. All right, world tension is getting quite high. Can I join the Axis yet? No, I cannot. All right. Oh, come on. The Japanese shogunate just joined the Axis, but oh, I'm too far. I'm too far now. That is some bullshit. You just don't want Jeffrey Stewart in the Axis. Hitler, it's okay. Just be honest. Now, nationalist Spain joined the Axis, and they're taking France by surprise, and I still cannot join the Axis. All the action is happening right now, and I still can't join the Axis. Oh, now they accept. Now Germany accepts. Wow. That is just lovely. Let's send our... Oh yeah, people have to staff these planes. Yeah, this is probably gonna be a restart. Alright, having no manpower is more of a problem than I initially thought. Okay, we're gonna go communist this time. I wonder if I could just prepare for a civil war and just build one ship and then just naval invade them. But surely they're not gonna be able to get any divisions out. They only have 15,000 core population. So maybe I can just do the civil war instead of waiting for communism to go all the way up to 50%. Let's prepare for a civil war. You know, let's just ignite it now. And now we are indeed the Bahamian commune with Fairfax Buller as our leader. Long live Chairman Fairfax Buller. The United States attempting to isolate Bahamas. American diplomats left their embassy in Nassau today after issuing a stern declaration from their government. They state that they will no longer come to our aid should we find ourselves in conflict with other nations, and they do not accept us as the legitimate government of the nation. I like how we didn't get any of this for fascism. The United States is actually like, fascism, that's fine, it's okay. We let our diplomats stay there. But communism, that's where we draw the line. Furthermore, they have enacted an embargo against us in an attempt to weaken our economy. Wow, how nice of them. And yeah, I guess I'll try to rush out a division real quick. See, these colonial garrison divisions are good and all, but they're too expensive for me. Alright, next we'll do naval effort, get 3 dockyards. We will now do army effort to get some army experience because we want the Marx portrait as soon as possible here. Alright, now we can finally get the unlimited manpower portrait with 500 weekly manpower, which is really good for a country with, what, 40,000 people in total at this point because we lost the southern Bahamas and we have our first division out. But like I said earlier, we can't even cross there without like a naval invasion. So we're gonna have to research that as well. And I guess we will also start researching, probably destroyers, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's a ship that can exude naval superiority, we will be fine. Let's figure out naval gunnery because I think the destroyer does need some guns or like some torpedoes or anything really. Weapons. All right, next we're gonna do political correctness, the funny XD everything app focus. Right now we will start building a ship with actual weapons. 1 naval gunnery, 1 naval gunnery battery, and that should be enough. The ship will be completed in July. Now we do have a ship, so I guess we'll assign an admiral to it. Cyril Brown, sure, whatever. And now that should be enough naval superiority, and we should be able to take, yep, we have defeated the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, we have stolen their equipment, and we have won the Civil War. Next is probably, I don't know, Cuba. What does our army look like? 2 to 12 divisions, but they're probably good divisions. Like, we have 11 divisions, but they're actual trash, and I think they don't really have a fleet. Yeah, we can naval invade Cuba very easily. Because I think for basically the Antillean Federation, we need the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Cuba. And we will start justifying on Cuba here. I like how we're export focused when we have like absolutely nothing to export. I have no clue if we're ready for an invasion of Cuba, but we'll just have to try. Oh shit, if we declare war, the United States gets event Cuba under attack. What? Oh, that's actually really bad. Do they really care that much? Question mark? I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to land, to be honest. Do they actually care that much if I invade Cuba? Oh, fucking of course they do. This does not concern them. Will they declare war on me? My life. Okay. Is this campaign possible then? I mean, surely it is, but I genuinely don't know what to do if I can't invade anyone else. And I can't even fucking land in Cuba, by the way. Do they care if I invade the Dominican Republic? I wonder, because they're fascist. I'm not too sure. Let's try. All right, let's declare war on the Dominican Republic. Let's see how they react. Will they give a shit? Yes, they do. What the fuck? Okay, how do I do anything? Okay, 3rd reset, but this time I have another plan. Okay, this is pretty much my 3rd and final attempt at this. I'm basically gonna try to pair drop France from the Union Britain, but unfortunately I still cannot join their factions. I can't do it just yet, but if France turns communist or anything else that's bad happens to me, I will switch countries. The Bahamas might be too hard for me. Like, I'm HOI4 autism brain, but not to this extent. Oh shit, civil war in the Union of Britain. Okay, but it should be fine. I think our plans can still continue. Oh, United States. It's fine when you invade the Dominican. Okay, it's fine when you do it. Okay, I see how it is. It's fine when you do it, but as soon as the Bahamas wants something, it all goes to shit. Okay, so before we could even do anything, France has indeed gotten rid of disjointed government, making this whole strategy moot. How do you play this country? Or maybe you're just not supposed to play the Bahamas because it's a fucking Bahamas? I just can't do the Bahamas. That nation, I do not understand how to do. Please give me something good this time, please. I'm really stretching the definition of something good, huh? Okay, now hear me out. At least it's fascist. Now, I know that sounds bad, but that means I can pretty much immediately declare wars with no consequences. I'm not communist. The United States only really cares if you're communist and invading other American countries. If you're fascist, that's A-okay. They don't give one. Alright, so as the Dominican Republic, we start off with 1.25 million people in the country, terrible war support, decent stability, 4 factories, and can we justify on Haiti day 1? Because we do start off as fascists, which is probably our biggest advantage. 250 days, but we need 48 political power. Unfortunate. And I guess we'll go political effort, and we're just gonna hope that Germany remilitarizes the Rhineland. And yes, the Rhineland does get remilitarized. Hallelujah, that's good. And next we're gonna do industrial effort. We need to get our military factory count up so that we can invade Haiti. And next we do armament effort, so we can get another military factory to make artillery. Alright, we did armament effort 1, and guess what? We're gonna do armament effort 2, the sequel. Chilean fascists want our support. Okay. 1,500 manpower? Are you out of your fucking mind? Hell no. I don't care about Chile that much. Armament effort 3, by the way. Brazil suspends democracy, as you do in HOI4, to be fair. Sometimes you just have to suspend democracy for like a few months and then just never bring it back. And next we're gonna do construction effort 1, and I guess we can just start justifying on Haiti, really. 240 days, my goodness. Alright, infrastructure effort now. Alright, now that we've infrastructured it up, I guess we'll do construction effort 3, get 2 more civilian factories. Alright, justification on Haiti's done. Well, let's try to murder them here. Hopefully we're doctrinally more advanced. I think I'm just gonna force attack, try to end this as fast as possible before they can entrench themselves. Can we just kill Haiti, please? This is just embarrassing for the both of us because I can't kill Haiti and you're fighting a war that you can't win. Haiti, come on, man. Thank you. Alright, now that we've killed Haiti, I think we can probably form... Yep, we can form Hispaniola, which was the theme of a previous video. But today is the Antilles video, which means we're gonna have to make marines, ships, and probably naval invade Cuba and kill them. And by the way, I think France and Britain just announced they have allied themselves now, so now we can't just like kill France and just get it all for ourselves, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's alright. And we're gonna need to build ships, so let's do naval effort. Sorry, vomited a bit in my mouth. Yeah, so we're gonna do this one. And we can't even change our conscription law because our war support is so shit. Now that we've done naval effort, we'll now do extra research slot, which, oh my god, gives you an extra research slot. I know, it's unbelievable. Who would have guessed that it gives you an extra research slot from that name? I think they should make it a bit more obvious for new players like me. Alright, next we're gonna do army effort to get more doctrines, because I think we're gonna need it to land in Cuba and kill them. And now that we've done army effort, doctrine effort now. Alright, doctrine effort 2 now. I know, my way of choosing focus is quite unpredictable. Crazy, genius, some may even say. I think we can start building really trash ships, but it's alright because Cuba has no ships. And right now Japan's at war with China. I think they've already, yeah, they're dominating China. They've taken Nanjing and everything. Germany has Anschluss Austria, which that's good, I think, because we're gonna ally ourselves with them. Poland is destroying the Polish nation junta. Mexican Socialist Republic went communist, which means they're probably gonna throw themselves at the US and die. Alright, we have our first ship, which means that we can probably start plotting our killing of Cuba. Alright, next let's do collective ethos. We're gonna start fascism and get. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to say a word that doesn't exist. Mexican Socialist Republic starts communist sentiment. I'll probably clamp down on them because that's free 10% stability. That's pretty good. Now that we've done collectivist ethos, we're now gonna do nationalism focus. And we're gonna start training up our divisions here so that they actually land and hopefully they're actually successful. Alright, and Germany has fate of Czechoslovakia, and their fate is that they die because they're dead now. And now it's time for the Mexican Socialist Republic to die against the United States. What a classic. Now we will do militarism here. Let's start justifying on Cuba. Alright, military youth now. It's never too early to indoctrinate the youth. My father always told me that. And Germany is now, I think, at war with the Allies. Yep, now they're at war with Poland, Romania, UK, and France. So now the France pair-drop strat is basically useless because we're not going to be able to annex it all during the PCL. I guess we'll just help the Axis win the war anyway. Alright, and Warsaw has fallen. What can you really expect? I think Romania is completely isolated, so they're gonna die very quickly now. And next we're gonna do paramilitarism. And Germany's already at war with the Soviet Union. Okay, that's a bit early. I don't think the Germans are gonna have that good of a time here. Alright, our war goal on Cuba is ready. Let's just invade them at this point. The world may be stunned at the Soviet-German war, but a much more important conflict is about to happen in the Atlantic here. The Marines didn't go first for some reason, but it should be fine, really. What's the worst that can happen? And yeah, I think mostly successful landing. And let's just push into the rest of Cuba here. Keep pushing into Cuba. Just ignore the fact that they keep trying to counterattack us. Just keep pushing. Just kill them, please. I don't get why it's so hard to win wars. If the enemy counterattacks you, just ignore them and keep attacking? Like, I don't know what's so hard about this. Like, invading Cuba is just walking basically a straight line to Havana and hoping that they don't stop you at any point during that straight line. And I don't think they will be able to because we will force attack and they will die very shortly. All right, what a productive war that was. And now I think we can actually just form, yep, we can do the Antillean Confederation. We can unite the Antilles, and now we are the Antillean Empire. Boy, am I happy. Haha. Yeah, the Antilles united. You can say that again, because the Antilles sure have been united. What the fuck am I saying? I guess since we're like a small country, we're gonna try to become like an elite small army, I guess. Next, we're gonna do equipment effort. And can I join the Axis? Yes, I can. All right. And surprisingly, the Germans are pushing into the Soviet Union, but who knows how long that's gonna last. All right, we've done equipment effort now, so now we'll do equipment effort 2. Genius. Actually, who are the Germans at war with? Oh, they're also at war with the United States and Mexico too. Fucking hell. Okay, well, that means we're gonna have to leave some divisions here if we're gonna help in Europe, because they're gonna naval invade the shit out of us. Like, look at this. We're literally all surrounded by red. Oh, Germany might be a little fucked, actually. Oh, yeah, they're getting pushed in from France and Italy as well. Oh, they're done. I actually don't know what to do if Germany dies. I genuinely just don't know what to do. The allies are going to be way too powerful. I guess I could just join the war only against Comintern? Come on, let's make at least one encirclement here. All right, yeah, we made one encirclement. I don't think that's going to save the Germans, but it's going to help, I think. We also captured the railway gun. Let's try another encirclement over here. And there we go, another encirclement. Next, they're going to do mechanization effort. And another very easy encirclement can be made by just pushing this one division here. And another encirclement here around Salzburg. And even more Soviet divisions dead because of the Antilles. Let's see how much the Germans are progressing in the Soviet Union. Okay, they're beating their ass. That's actually really good. You can always count on the Soviets to fumble the bag in this game. Next, I'm going to do technology sharing, get one more research slot. However many we have right now is not enough. And also, I really need to figure out my logistics. Germany, do you have any trains to give me? No, I guess they don't. All right, great. And another encirclement, spurred by the Antillean Empire, not to brag too much. And to follow Moscow, yep. Soviets are as fraudulent as ever. And we're gonna take Trieste, and another surroundment here. We're gonna destroy these divisions before they can escape. And Leningrad falls, Stalingrad has fallen. The Germans just have to push a bit more, and I think the Soviets are completely finished. And big encirclement here. We're gonna try to do this massive move here, cut off this entire pocket. And there we go, yep, Italy is completely done. Oh, Vlaanderen joined the Axis. I do not like that because that gives another avenue for the Allies to invade us. But also Belgium is invading France, and if they still have disjointed... Oh. Ah, this is big. This is big. Belgium's actually going to be useful for once in their lives. And France has capitulated. That's really good. Another surroundment here. It's not encirclement because they can still escape from a port, but we won't let them. We'll encircle them and probably commit heinous war crimes. Probably some ancient Antillean techniques. And yeah, we're just completely pushing into Italy at this point. Germany has gone from almost being dead to actually being a pretty big superpower in Europe now. Holy shit. All thanks to the Antillean Empire. I don't want to take all the credit, of course, but come on now. We're gonna figure out what trains are in God's year of 1942. And I think what makes it worse for the Soviets is that, yeah, they're also at war with the Allies. That's so convenient for us. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I don't think Italy has any divisions left in their own homeland. And once we take Palermo, yep, it's over for Italy. And look at that. The Antilles Empire has never looked better. All right, next, I guess we're gonna send our troops over to the Soviet Union to help a bit. And yeah, Soviet Union only needs 2% more to die. And yeah, once we take Zlatust and Chelyabinsk, I think it's pretty much over for the Soviets. And yeah, the game froze, which means Soviets are dead. We have 13% of the war score, which is ironically, I think, we're tied with Yugoslavia for the second most war participation. All right, war is over. I took provinces in Italy that had resources so that I get resources. Puppeted Antillean Italy here. I took some provinces in the middle of Russia that have resources, and they're completely safe because they're all surrounded by the Germans. Yeah, I think this is pretty fair recompense for saving the Germans' ass. If you're wondering what's going on in Asia, total Japanese domination. The Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere is not fucking around. The Second Afghan Empire is not fucking around. And now Iran is basically like stuck between two giants. All right, next let's do nuclear effort. I guess we can start building nuclear bombs. Fuck it. You just think that's like what Kim Jong-il thought one day. Just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm making nuclear bombs. And now before joining in on the war against the Allies, I'm gonna have to garrison the hell hell out of these islands, or else they are going to naval invade me like there's no tomorrow. 516 days for atomic research. I'm getting scammed. You know, I was always concerned about getting naval invaded. You know, that scares the hell out of me. The entire campaign could just fall apart with one naval invasion. But I'm glad Guatemala Task Force 1 is here to reassure me that a naval invasion is impossible. Alright, now I think we're ready to join the war on the Allies. I hope. I guess we'll kick the Allies out of here. Get some war score for doing so as well. Oh, Germany declared war on the Swiss. We are going to help with that because I want some war score. And what better way to farm war score than to push into basically impossible to push into terrain. And New Delhi has apparently fallen. I have never seen this event in image. What the fuck? Interesting. I guess Japan never really gets far enough into India for me to see that. Oh, let's take burn. And again, another Antillean Empire W. Even in the most hopeless situations where our materials from Europe are not getting back home, we push through. We should probably figure that out still, though. And big encirclement Switzerland here. Oh, wait. We even encircled them here. Oh my goodness. Switzerland is getting more dismantled than I thought they would be. And yeah, another big encirclement of Swiss troops here. This is going to give us so much war score. Okay, we've spliced Switzerland into even more pieces. Try to take Zurich here. And yeah, that should be it for Switzerland. You could not pay me to push into that one hell tile. I'm gonna figure out how to get my resources back, probably. Is it because they're getting intercepted by convoys in the sea? That's very possible, actually. If so, there's nothing I can really do about it. Look at my ships. Right now, I'm just plotting a paradropping operation on the UK. Surely this will work, surely. If the Antillean Empire can kill Switzerland, we can kill the UK. They're like equivalent in some way. Alright, I guess we'll just paradrop the UK whenever they're ready. And by whenever they're ready, I mean whenever we get air supremacy, which, holy shit, I don't think is happening for a while. And they're trying to do a D-Day, but I don't think that's gonna work very well, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna work that well because we're here. Not to toot my own horn, but I think the Antillean Empire is just so cool that I don't think we're gonna let any D-Day happen under our noses. Alright, it seems like we have air supremacy now, so let's land, please. Not a good start to the landings, I will admit. And yep, that was failed. Okay, I'm gonna save scum that shit. I do not have the patience to retrain more paratroopers. I genuinely just don't. And this time we're gonna try to airdrop over here. Oh god, what is that? Well, I don't think this is gonna be successful landing either. This is just sad. Well, this is sad to admit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to paradrop the UK for a while. Oh, I love the Antillean Empire so much. Okay, yeah, now I'm kind of fucking doomer-pilled on the whole UK idea. You know what? I'm invading the United States because Japan is in Mexico for some reason. I don't know how they got here, but they're here now, so might as well take advantage of this. Let's say Guadalajara. And we're going to try to complete this encirclement here as well. Yeah, a bunch of encirclements in Mexico, but I'm just so done with playing this country at this point. If I have to play more uninhabited islands in the series, I don't think I'll make it. This campaign is just the definition of mid. Yet another encirclement. Yet another encirclement. What can I say? Not to mention, some of our divisions got completely annihilated while coming here from, like, convoy interception, so this is just like a tragedy all around, really. And yet another encirclement. Yeah, why don't I feel anything? I feel hollow. And being. Alright, there's no supply here, so I guess we'll move them to somewhere. Los Angeles, maybe? That just fell to the Japanese. Actually, upon further investigation, I don't think the location of our troops is the matter here. Well, that's not gonna stop me from being delusional and wanting to push. We are going to keep pushing. Ah, you can't be serious. We're losing, like, most of our population. I'm gonna take St. Louis now. Please just let me take St. Louis. Do not disappoint me. My army disappointed me. I mean, what can I do, really? I run out of people. Like, I can't get enough war support to increase my conscription. Oh, now I can, actually. Right as I'm talking about it. Okay. I swear for the past, like, hour or so, I couldn't increase it. I swear. But other than that, we still have, like, a massive resource deficit. Everything is going to shit. Well, we're gonna have to re-naval invade Cuba at some point. Alright, we actually have supply again somehow. I don't know how we got it, but I'm happy. I'm not complaining. Definitely not. Because I feel like if I complain, God will strike me down. Alright, we have a little surroundment here. Let's try to close off this pocket. Encirclement. encirclement. Maybe this can restore my happiness and my will to live. But the joy from that encirclement was short-lived, as I once again ran out of all convoys and thus all my logistics. And that is because I lend-leased myself a bunch of guns to make up for my weapons deficit. Since I never used the lend-lease mechanic, I had forgotten that this actually takes up convoys and so destroys my logistics. This is what happens when you record at 2 a.m. I think I'm gonna try to pair drop Cuba because I need steel to make convoys to get everything I need back to do anything. Because right now I literally cannot do anything. I have 0% supply on all troops. Also, I don't know why Japan is not pushing. It's not like they're facing the same problems I am. Japan, just finish off the United States. No one wants to see them here anymore. And instead, you get naval invaded in Florida. Fantastic. God, remember when we saved the Axis? Now we're just like a disabled old man. A husk of what we once were. Okay, now Japan is pushing again. They remembered that to win a war, you have to push the enemy. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm playing fucking well. I just lost my entire fleet of convoys, and I'm reaping what I've sown. Alright, well, Cuba's completely undefended, it seems, so that's good. The first good thing to happen in the last, like, hour or so of recording, and they're already re-naval invading. Rent-free. Rent-free. United States has capitulated. That's really good. Has the fleet disappeared? No, the Allied fleet is mostly still here, it seems. Oh, it's gotten worse. Oh, it's gotten even worse. Music to my ears. Or to my eyes, rather. That wasn't that successful, United States. Maybe next I should just pair drop Jamaica because I have cores on them. And that's more core population / factories that I can get. Oh my fucking goodness. They just keep naval invading. Alright, let's drop into Jamaica, please. Alright, that's even more core population in our hands now. Alright, next I guess we'll go for Puerto Rico. A lot of people live there. Oh my fucking goodness. It's one naval invasion after another. Who's doing this? Is this Canada? It's fucking Canada, isn't it? I'm gonna sue the country that I live in if I keep getting naval invaded. Let's drop into Puerto Rico now. Please take it for the sake of my mental sanity. My mental sanity. I don't know what other types of sanity there would be. I guess we'll take the rest of the islands here because I think we core them. They basically abandoned all the islands. Now all that's here is just one like poor Colombian farmer that's just stationed here for some reason who's about to die. Next we're gonna pair drop the Bahamas. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all the lands that we have to take in the Antilles. Let's drop into Bahamas. Oh, and of course 5 Canadian divisions are on Nassau. Why am I not surprised? Oh, they died! No! My paratroopers, they fucking died. Okay, as a Canadian myself, I will say I would never defend Nassau. This is misinformation. I still don't understand how my steel's not coming through because it says delivery blocked. Okay, hold on. Delivery blocked. Let's see. It can't be that bad. It's all green. I actually have no idea why materials can't come to us. If someone could explain to me in the comments how this works, please do. Let's try to take Nassau again. Oh, we succeeded because they just left when we arrived. Okay, they were very scared, I see. That's the only explanation, really. It's totally not that they just didn't want to defend the Bahamas anymore because it's a waste of time and resources. We've taken back all the Bahamas, and now I think we've basically gotten all of our cores, maybe? I'm not too sure. We can also integrate the Netherlands, Antilles, and Trinidad and Tobago, but for the Netherlands, Antilles, we might have to go to war with the Japanese faction, and we're not doing that right now. We're gonna do that after this war. God, we're gonna have to go to another war after this. Oh, look, the Germans are naval invading. Hopefully they succeed. Oh, they actually succeeded. Holy shit. Okay, we're sending divisions there. We are sending divisions there if it's the last thing we do. I don't think they're gonna make it in time, but we're gonna send them there. This might be the end of the war. Oh shit, yeah, the Germans did 2 naval invasions. It's the end of the war. It's finally over. I'm glad I was able to witness the end of the war with my own eyes. It's finally over. Let's watch the sun set upon the British Empire, is what I would say if they were to take Berlin in the next few seconds, which they don't seem to be able to do. What's going on? Germany, why do you have less? I feel like they have less divisions now than they had at the beginning of the invasion. You know you're supposed to reinforce the invasion, right, Germany? Well, at least London fell. That's good. It took so long that our troops arrived. I guess we'll just like push north at this point. I think we just have to take Glasgow and Dover, and it's pretty much over, isn't it? It's almost Dover for Great Britain. Get it? Get it, guys? Do you guys understand a joke? And there we go. The war is finally over. We have 4% of the war score. Absolutely sensational. All right, the war is over. We've carved ourselves a bit of land over here. Now we can integrate Trinidad and Tobago because I took that in the peace deal. However, we still have shit to do. We still have to get to the Curative People's Republic. So you know what? We are going to start justifying on the Japanese Empire right away. 30 days. 2 superpower factions are about to go to war with each other. All right, justification on Japan's over. While both sides are still recovering, let's cause chaos. Yeah, for now we're encircling them everywhere, but that's because we caught them by surprise. I wonder how long this bliss is gonna last. Alright, well, New York is now in Antillean hands. Better to be in Antillean hands than Japanese hands. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the people in New York might think they're saved, but I would just consider them to be under new management, if anything. The ancient Antillean torture techniques that we will be using on the New Yorkers will be remembered for generations. Yeah, we're really starting to dominate the Americas here. Because I think even though at the start Germany was reluctant to join, yeah, they've joined in. Alright, well, we've made it to Seattle. Well, let's take Los Angeles for ourselves. And now we're just gonna get rid of this giant pocket in Mexico here. And then we move on to Asia. And look at that massive fucking encirclement here. They are so finished. Alright, now I think the entire American continent has almost been cleared of Japanese forces, and the Germans are about to complete a naval invasion here in Fuzo, so I think we'll just send our entire army there. Alright, our forces have arrived. It is over for China. I'm glad China waited for me to arrive to start fighting. How nice of them. Alright, we'll take Chongqing, and then after that, I think it's basically every big Chinese city taken, and Beijing falls as well. I feel the Germans are just gonna naval invade Japan. They're just getting completely dominated right now. German Reich demands we drop the Monroe Doctrine. What do you mean we drop the Monroe Doctrine? That shit is the United States. Is it because we still have the Monroe Doctrine upon us? I mean, sure, whatever. I don't fucking need the Monroe Doctrine anymore, unless the Axis attacks me. And even if they were to attack me, I'd be completely it seems like naval supremacy flashes green once in a while, so we can probably just naval invade Japan at this point. I just realized, why the fuck does our leader look like an emoji? I don't know how to explain, like, I don't know if it's like the proportions of his face, like where his mouth, his eyes, just doesn't look like a real person. Oh, let's naval invade Japan. I swear to God, Japan, just give up, please. I swear to God, Japan, just let me land. With many casualties, we managed to land. Alright, it's over for Japan, I fear. Japan, remember when I was invading the United States through your land and I had no supply, but it was literally just my fault because all my convoys sunk? Well, I still blame you for it anyway, and this downfall is deserved. Once Nagasaki and Tokyo fall, it's definitely over. Alright, war is over, and the Antillean Empire has brought victory to the Axis, I think. Alright, peace deal is over. I think this is a pretty fair peace deal. Germany gets all of this. I get all the American possessions. Now we can finally core our last thing, the Netherlands Antilles, and we end out with a core population of 13.89 million people, with a Japanese puppet Antillean Japan, Chinese territories here, and we are part of a very powerful Axis. In conclusion, this Formable, I mean, the only advantage I would say is that you're like an island, obviously, and islands are inherently harder to invade, but all the cons of this Formable also come from the fact that it's a fucking island. Like, for example, if you're fighting the United States and the British at the same time and their fleets are bigger than yours, you will die. They will kill your convoys and you will die. Other than that, like, I mean, it doesn't really give you that much core population. I mean, obviously, it's better, obviously, than whatever you start as, but it is kind of mid, to be honest. This was probably one of the most miserable HOI4 campaigns I've ever had in my life, but then again, a lot of that pain was brought upon myself. Like, if you absolutely must play this country, go ahead, but I can't imagine you're gonna have that good of a time. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to press the funny red subscribe button, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Post Editing Me here. Thank you for watching another video, and thank you for the overwhelming support on streams lately. It's been a blast streaming for you guys, and I'd like to thank Patreons Raimi New, Nicholas Green, Lars, Von Caver, Pengaroom, Yo-Yo, Lily Arias, Liam O'Connor, and Rober. And of course, thank you to all YouTube members $1 and up. You guys are also very appreciated, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.